And simply because people don't see the president at the border doesn't mean that he's not working.
Right. Well, why doesn't he go to the border? He was just in Arizona. Why wasn't it worth his time?
Well, you have to remember, Margaret, when the president travels, it's not like you or I jumping on an airplane and getting off and going to our destination. Everything comes to a halt.
Is that why he didn't go?
Well, I can't speak to why he has or has not gone. I'm just speaking to the fact that it's a bit more disruptive for the president of the United States to travel than you or I. But what the president has done is continue to lean in on this immigration issue.
Are you still going to allow LAPD and sanitation officers to do these sweeps of encampments?
No, these are not sweeps at all. This is getting people to move on their own, but then after the person leaves, sanitation is absolutely going to have to be there. No question about it. But this is not coercing people. This is not ticketing people or incarcerating people. This is moving people from tents to hotels or motels.
And when you are about to face a Republican-controlled House that's vowed to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's an unfair charge against Ali Mayorkas. I think the gentleman is very competent. He can do a good job. They just need to unleash him, let him do his job.
As you said, the Biden administration is preparing for this on Wednesday. So do you expect everything to just go smoothly, given what Gavin Newsom has said for these first couple of weeks, when they do expect 18,000 people a day crossing the southern border?
Yeah, again, we will, I'm sure, see the departments and agencies make every effort to maintain the safety, the orderliness, the fairness of people seeking asylum or, having other determinations if they're coming for other reasons. Or so it's past time for Title 42 to be gone. The administration has made it clear that while Title 42 is technically lifted, they are ready to put in place a system at the border that keeps things fairer, but also more orderly and more safe.
Your own governor, Gavin Newsom, told ABC News that the immigration system will break when Title 42 is lifted. He said your state is not prepared, that sites are already at capacity. So what do you really expect?
Look,
and what are the preparations that you... Go ahead.
Go ahead. So I'm not suggesting that it's not going to be a challenge.
I don't hear a lot about immigration from voters, except people on the far right that always want to gain political advantage by talking about it.
Should the administration extend Title 42, do you think the border is secure enough to possibly handle an influx in migrants that we could see?
Well, to secure our border is our responsibility. We always can do more. So say enough by what standard? But the courts have spoken on that subject. There's not going to be anything happening in this Congress as we go out, because we've been through the course now. I do like talking about immigration, though, because it is the constant reinvigoration of America.
What we're seeing is Republicans continue to move forward with political stunts. Many of them are doing this, and we continue to see this for over the last several months. So the president has done the work. He secured record funding. And so, look, what the American people should know is that we have taken the steps. We're taking the step to prepare for what is for when Title 42 is lifted next week. And you saw that from the Department of Homeland Security. Secretary Mayorkas was very clear about that. He laid out their 6-point plan when he was at the border just a couple of days ago. And this is an administration that has taken this very...
Immigration, we've talked to so many Border Patrol agents and leaders who are just really worried and anxious about the possibility of Title 42 ending next week. Big picture, what is the administration doing right now to get ready for that?
So a couple of things that I want to lay out, and I kind of laid this out before, but I want to reiterate it here, is that we're doing the work. We're going to do this in a safe and humane way, and we will have more to share on the proposed preparedness next week before the December 21st date. But look, we also need Congress to act. It is important that they deliver the resources we requested for the border security and management. They need to pass the comprehensive immigration reform that we have put forth. On day one, the president put forth a comprehensive reform plan that dealt with protecting for dreamers, cutting down the asylum buildup that we have been seeing, especially because of what the last administration did, and they completely gutted the system. But look, the reality is we need Congress to take action. We need to do this in a bipartisan way.
There's reporting out there that the administration is considering changes to the asylum policy, potentially making it so that only someone can only apply for asylum if they've already been denied from another country like Mexico. Is that true? Is the administration considering any changes to policy?
So look, I know there's a lot of rumors out there about that, a lot of speculation. I don't have anything to announce at this time or from here at this time.
Does the White House think that ending Title 42, a Trump-era policy, is a good thing?
What I'm telling you is that it was a court order that we are following. We hear it from many Republicans, right? You guys report on it. Many Republicans say over and over and over again that we need to do work at the border, that we need to secure the border. But yet they refuse to work with us on this piece of legislation. Instead, what they choose to do is do political stunts. That doesn't help. But look, the reality is we need Congress to take action. We need to do this in a bipartisan way.
There's reporting out there that the administration is considering changes to the asylum policy, potentially making it so that only someone can only apply for asylum if they've already been denied from another country like Mexico. Is that true? Is the administration considering any changes to policy?
So look, I know there's a lot of rumors out there about that, a lot of speculation. I don't have anything to announce at this time or from here at this time.
DHS warned in a memo obtained by CNN this week that the end of Title 42 will, quote, likely increase migration flows immediately into the U.S. So I'm wondering, how many migrants are you expecting to try and cross into the U.S. through the southern border next week? And is the administration prepared for this anticipated surge?
So look, we have an intensive all of government effort underway to prepare across the border.
Are you aware of this warning from DHS, and do you have an estimate of how many people you're expecting will try and cross the border when Title 42
Look, I
goes
don't have an estimate to share with you. What I can tell you is that the Department of Homeland Security has put out a 6-point plan. So we are focused. We are focused and we are prepared. We will have more to share in the next coming days.
Thanks. Americans clearly divided about immigration. From the White House perspective, though, should Americans be supportive or concerned with the end of Title 42, which obviously stops most migrants from being able to apply for asylum?
What Americans should know is that the president has done the work to deal with what we're seeing at the border since day one. What Americans should know is that the president put forth an immigration reform policy to make sure that we're dealing with a broken system, to make sure that we're able to protect dreamers, to make sure that we deal with the backlog that we're seeing with asylum seekers, to fix the gutted system that has been around for some time, but certainly was gutted by the last administration. Again, we have done the work from this administration by securing record funding, and we are asking Congress to act. We are not asking for political stunts. We continue to see political stunts from many Republicans out there, and that's not how we're going to fix this issue. They want to secure the border. We've been doing that work on our own, and we're asking them to, hey, you know what? There's an immigration reform plan that the president put out on the first day. They should work with us and